Oh, hello.
Deadpool and Wolverine has been out for just over 2 weeks now, and to say it's been a hit is an absolute understatement. I mean, it's already surpassed its two previous films in Deadpool 1 and 2 in the box office, making it the most successful of the trilogy, and is currently hunting down last year's Oppenheimer for that second place spot for highest grossing R-rated films of all time. It's both characters' debuts in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, making their entry in Phase 5, and like Deadpool says to Wolverine in the film, they are joining at a bit of a low point. And there definitely has been a variety of low points post-Endgame. For what it's worth, I don't think Phase 4 was nearly as bad as some people make it out to be. There's some hidden gems in there which I think if put into any other phase, they wouldn't seem out of place. Nevertheless, it's undeniable that the mixed reviews facing MCU post-Endgame has led to a decline in enthusiasm amongst fans for new content, as many have experienced burnout due to the oversaturation with the combination of both Disney Plus shows and specials on top of the film releases we're used to. So much has been pumped out to audiences in such a short amount of time. To put into context, Phase 3 had the most films prior to Phase 4, releasing 11 films from 2016 to 2019. In comparison, Phase 4 had 7 films, 8 Disney Plus shows and 2 Disney Plus specials, releasing from 2021 to 2022. Additionally, Phase 5 so far has been full of ups and downs, reaching peaks such as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Loki Season 2, to stoop into such lows with titles like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Secret Invasion. I mean, it's been so unpredictable. And with the controversy surrounding Jonathan Majors, meaning the whole Kang saga had to be scrapped, times look tough for the MCU, as everything they've been setting up for this monumental villain expected to be the key for Avengers 5, the Kang Dynasty, all of a sudden Feige seemed stuck. That is until Marvel Jesus appeared. That little bit of light at the end of the tunnel that the MCU had been going for them was right around the corner. Pre-release, fans were skeptical. Would Logan's legacy be destroyed? How would they link Deadpool into the MCU? And would the film have that same freedom, or would it be a bit Disneyfied? Thankfully, in my opinion, and also by the looks of things widely accepted by most of the fandom, Deadpool and Wolverine did not disappoint. So much to unpack, from the comedy to the cameos to the banging soundtrack as usual. It got me thinking, has Deadpool and Wolverine saved the MCU? Yes people, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. As always, thank you for the support on videos recently. We're doing very well. We are so close to 500 subs. If we can get that by the end of the month, then I'll be very appreciated. Of course, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and leave a like if you go on to enjoy this video. And of course, the Discord link is in the description for our Discord, The Realm. If you want to join, please feel free. Everyone is welcome. Come and join, link in the description. But yeah, apart from that, let's address the video, man. Let's get into it. Now, what went right? Number one, an iconic intro. Following the footsteps from the previous two films, we see a musical montage of Deadpool slaughtering TVA soldiers with Logan's bones to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. Now, I've seen comparisons with this scene to the She-Hulk scene with Megan Thee Stallion, and basically people saying, you know, when Deadpool does it, it's funny, but when She-Hulk does it, it's cringe, blah blah blah. But I do think the main point is, one is more engraved into the story and character in Deadpool, as it seems a lot more natural, you know, making the whole segment feel authentic and most importantly funny. It both addresses Logan's ending and introduces the TVA into the film, so it provides good quality information whilst also providing an amazing action sequence which mirrors Deadpool 1, where Wade counts down his 12 bullets, but in this case he's counting down 206 bones in the human body, or
207 if I'm watching Gossip Girl.
On the other hand, we have a very abrupt and what feels to be like a shoehorned cameo in Megan Thee Stallion, offering a source of comedy for... Actually, I'd really like to know. Now, speaking about cameos, number 2, rewarding cameos. Unlike projects in Phase 4, where cameos have seemed forced or disappointing, we had an abundance of cameos which all felt like they had brought something to the film. Chris Evans returning as Johnny Storm or the Human Torch was so well done, with Deadpool setting up to be Captain America only for him to scream flame on. Also, he brought a hilarious post-credit scene involving the character, and you can just tell Chris Evans loved being able to finally swear the MCU after so long. Also, the return of X-23, played by a now much older Daphne Keane, was a nice touch. Luckily, I avoided most trailers, so I was not spoiled by her arrival, but yeah, it was nice for her to reprise her role and of course bring back those iconic glasses. And who could forget Wesley fucking Snipes as Blade? Coming back to his role 26 years later and not looking a day older. Finally, we got to see the amazing Channing Tatum in a comic accurate costume for Gambit, and I have to say he was one of the highlights of the film. Hilarious one-liners, and Deadpool fed brilliantly off of him, making for some great sequences. Honestly, yeah, I thought at points it was just me that I would just not understand his accent, but like when Deadpool was, you know, back at it, it was hilarious.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
After his film was cancelled back in 2019, it was so nice to see Tatum play the character he's been waiting to for so long now. And finally, Jennifer Gardner as Elektra coming back 19 years later, who also gave some good dialogue with a funny nod to Daredevil played by her former partner Ben Affleck. We knew with the whole multiverse saga that cameos were almost certain to appear in this film. It was just which ones we'd get that a lot of fans were worried about. But I think they did a great job, doing justice to all the characters shown, and each of them bringing value to the film. Number 3, fucking epic moments. From the Deadpool and Wolverine fight scenes, both in the Void and in the car, to Wolverine revealing his comic accurate mask as him and Deadpool fight the 100 other Deadpool variants, to one of the most incredible ending scenes I think in the whole of MCU, as the duo destroy the Time Ripper with the most nuts version of Like a Prayer blasting around the cinema. I'm not even exaggerating, this scene was crazy. It single-handedly made me go see the film twice in cinemas, just for this scene alone. The montage of both our heroes' real overall themes in this film, with Deadpool being he wants to feel like he matters and have a real purpose, whilst Wolverine's was more about redemption after failing his world and his universe, and he finally was able to become the hero that Charles Xavier always thought he was. I think the film paid homage to Wolverine as a character. Hugh Jackman was immense as always, but it was nice for fans to see a comic accurate look of the infamous Wolverine suit, and the character development in this film I think was nuts. I mean, the guy went from sitting at a bar drowning in his sorrows to showing mercy to evil like Cassandra Nova, being the one to save her life, and then going on to make the sacrifice play, volunteering and urging Deadpool that he should be the one to destroy the Time Ripper, which obviously in the end both of them end up doing. Even Deadpool's character seemed to grow more than ever than the 2 previous films beforehand, as we get a quite serious tone and insight into his feelings and the mindset of the whole Deadpool persona. At the start of the film, he attempts to be more than what he currently is, aiming to seek a purpose by joining the Avengers in the timeline Earth 616. However, 6 years later, in his original timeline, he's done with the role of Deadpool and he can't fulfill the weight of the role and settles for the more ground to earth life. As the film progresses, this idea is built on even more, first by Paradox giving Deadpool a chance to finally matter by joining the sacred timeline. Then, as Cassandra Nova enters Wade's mind, she teases him by saying stuff like, you know, you'll never fucking matter. Even the amazing scene in the car between Deadpool and Wolverine where Logan goes on a crazy rant about how unsufferable Wade is, mocking him in a real wake-up call way, and then saying how, you know, no wonder the Avengers didn't take you, or the X-Men, and they'll take anyone. And even the fact that he couldn't save a relationship with a stripper, which was a low blow, I can't lie. But by the end of the film, Deadpool forces himself to make the sacrifice play, taking it as an opportunity to do something meaningful finally. I think it was a great character arc from him personally, and both him and Wolverine. I think it's characters, I think it's the best we've got from the two. Beautifully written and portrayed, and finding the perfect balance of being an R-rated comedy with great bits of action and powerful undertones of redemption and purpose. A film for the ages, and I really do hope, I think this is going to be one that's going to reignite the brilliance of the MCU going forward. You can see just by how well the film's doing in cinemas that the fan base is still there. We are urging for good films worth watching, and I hope that is just a sign to Feige and producers and everyone at the MCU that this is a real lifeline for them to get the MCU back on track. And that's it, people. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Do you agree with me? Do you think that the Deadpool and Wolverine film can revive the MCU, and was it as good as I'm making it out to be? Do people disagree with me? I might be wrong, you know. There might be some other opinions out there that think I'm overrating it. Either leave a comment down below or come and join the Discord in the link in the description. Come have a talk with us and come debate it. If you've enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel today. All the socials also in the description. But until the next video, people, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one very soon.